Mr. President, before I begin, I want to mention Sunday's attack in Boulder, Colorado. A man armed with incendiary devices and shouting anti-Israel slogans attacked a peaceful event held to draw attention to the plight of Israeli hostages in Gaza. 8 individuals were injured, at least 2 so severely that they had to be airlifted to a burn unit. This attack would be horrifying in and of itself, but it is particularly disturbing given that it comes on the heels of the murder of 2 Israeli embassy staffers here in D.C. just 2 weeks ago. It goes without saying that there is no place for this kind of violence in our society, and we must forcefully condemn anti-Semitism and do everything we can to stand with and protect our Jewish neighbors. My prayers are with all those injured, with their families, and with the Jewish community in Boulder and across the country. Mr. President, we're kicking off the June work period today. It's going to be a busy month. We have a lot to get done. First, we'll continue to focus on confirming the President's nominees. The President needs to have his team in place so that he can do the job he was elected to do, and we're going to continue to deliver. It's disappointing that Democrats have chosen to slow down this process by gumming up the works on even non-controversial nominations. But despite Democrats, we're still managing to confirm civilian nominees at a faster pace so far than in either of the previous two administrations. And we will continue to move expeditiously to build out the President's administration. On the legislative side, Mr. President, our first order of business this week will be completing work on the Genius Act. This bipartisan legislation will finally create a clear regulatory framework for stablecoins, a framework that will protect consumers and our national security while helping to keep the United States at the forefront of financial innovation. And I'm hoping that we can finish up this legislation in the very near future. Another item high on our list to begin work on in June is a rescissions package the White House intends to send Congress this week. The administration has identified a number of wasteful uses of taxpayer dollars, and we will be taking up this package and eliminating this waste. We'll make that a priority, Mr. President. We also stand ready to provide President Trump with any tools he needs to get Russia to finally come to the table in a real way. President Trump has invested considerable time in working to end the bloodshed in Ukraine, but Vladimir Putin appears more interested in prolonging the war than in pursuing peace. And finally, of course, Mr. President, this work period we will focus, I should say, on taking up legislation to permanently extend tax relief for hardworking Americans, strengthen our border, energy, and national security. The tax relief that Republicans passed in 2017, tax relief that poured more money in the pockets of working Americans, is set to expire at the end of this year. And if Congress doesn't act, Americans making less than $400,000 a year will see a $2.6 trillion tax hike in 2026. We are not going to let that happen. And our biggest focus this month will be completing this tax relief legislation with the goal of getting the final bill to the President before the 4th of July. It's going to be a very busy month, Mr. President, and I'm looking forward to the work ahead.